I've got some really awesome training lined up for you here. Rachel's going to teach you her step-by-step process that she uses to make 5 figures per month in passive income. And before I turn it over to Rachel, I want to just let you know a little bit about her. Now, Rachel's done pretty much everything. She's been featured in Entrepreneur Magazine. She's been featured in Woman's World Magazine. She has built giant businesses up to over 100 employees and sold them. She runs, owns, operates the warehouse that does all the mugs for gearbubble. She's my girlfriend. I love her very much. And now she sells tons of mugs, ugly mugs, on Amazon and teaches people how to do the same. So she's done pretty much everything, and she's a big core piece of gearbubble. And when she speaks, we should listen because she really knows what she's talking about. So with no further ado, Rachel, I'm going to turn it over to you. Go ahead.
And what we are going to go over today is I'm going to show you how you can make daily sales on the world's biggest e-commerce sites without spending any money up front. So we're going to go over the system and then how I will personally help you do it. And the big idea here is, as Don was saying, we're going to show you how to take ugly text-based designs, really ugly designs, and then put them on products like posters, pillowcases, mugs, shirts, shot glasses, and then sell them on sites like Amazon, Etsy, and eBay. And the way we do it, we don't risk any money for any inventory or anything like that. It's all very simple and easy to get started. Now, I don't like to do these webinars where I give you the whole rigmarole of where I came from and my rags to riches story and all that, but just so you can see that I have some experience with what I'm going to share with you and that it actually works and not just kind of giving you theory. You can see here a screenshot from my sales from last year. This is $516,000 of pretty much mostly passive income. And of course, a lot of that is during Christmas time. Every month is different. There's spikes during Christmas, Mother's Day, other big holidays. Here, December, 153,000. And then every month is pretty much at least 5 figures. Here's September, and that's not as popular of a month, but even that was over 20,000. We'll get into the profit margins and everything here shortly, but profit is just under half of this. So it's still a lot of profit, still over 5 figures in pure profit. Now, I mentioned Amazon a lot, but the sales come in from all over. So you can also sell on Etsy, eBay, Bonanza, Shopify, gearbubble Pro, whatever kind of store you have. And the cool thing is, what you're going to learn is the products that you'll be able to sell are products that you can be proud of. Here are some of the reviews that I've gotten on different products. And of course, you're going to have cranky customers sometimes, but for the most part, I get mostly 5-star rankings. That's the kind of thing you can expect with these products. They're high quality, so it's a fun thing that feels really good to do. Okay, so we have a lot to go through. I talk fast. I am doing my best to talk a little bit slower, but there is a lot of content here. The last time I shared this, people were saying they had literally pages worth of notes. So definitely make sure your distractions are closed off. You're giving this your full attention, and you're ready to take lots of notes. I'm going to quickly go into why you want to pay attention, because it'll be helpful for you to see why this is so valuable, why you want to close off your distractions, and then we're going to get into the how. So first, the cool thing about what we're going to go over is you're going to see how you can get in front of thousands of people without needing to know anything about traffic. Because we're selling on sites like Amazon, Etsy, eBay, these are sites that have invested millions and millions of dollars in getting traffic to their sites already. So you don't need to do search engine optimization. You don't need to do paid ads or anything like that. You're just getting to leverage their marketplaces, and you get to be on the same even playing field as lots of other sellers. You also don't need to spend money. Like I said, you sell ugly text-based designs. You don't need to outsource any kind of pretty masterpieces. You don't pay for ads. You don't pay for even inventory. It's super risk-free. You can spend as much time or as little time as you want on it. This is something that I started doing as a stress reliever. It's really fun for me. I love coming up with my little phrases. And there are many times where I'll go months without touching it at all, because this is actually my 3rd business. I have 2 other ones that take up a lot more of my time. It's extremely simple. This is something that we have even kids doing, a lot of kids doing, because of its very clear-cut approach. In fact, I think the biggest mistake that people make with this is overthinking it. And it brings in a lot of passive income. Here's a screenshot from just Amazon one random day, and this is very typical. Now, just so you know, it's not just me getting those results. You can see here I've been teaching other people how to do this as well. There are people here listed 8 mugs on Amazon over the weekend, made my first sale today, sold a mug. I put up 9 mugs on eBay 3 hours ago, already sold 2. And so now it's time for you to enjoy this as well. So the first part of what we're going to go over, I call it my low-hanging system. It's a 7-step system, and it's formulaic. So really, you follow the steps, you make money. You can't really do it wrong because the approach is all about throwing spaghetti at the wall and making it really simple. Of course, I can't guarantee that you get results, but I could pretty much guarantee that if you keep repeating the formula, it's inevitable you get sales. So I'm going to give you as much as I can in our hour together. I have a lot prepped for you. We're going to go over how to make ugly designs that sell like gangbusters on sites like Amazon and eBay, how to find winning concepts in seconds, how to sell hundreds of products without ever touching inventory or buying a thing, how to get items sent from USA and someone Europe on your behalf, how to get your products listed and selling even if you have no experience, how to scoop up tons of low-hanging sales, and exactly how you can make daily sales without spending any money up front. My commitment overall is you'll learn how to make the daily sales on the world's biggest e-commerce sites without spending any upfront money whatsoever. And you could see a lot of these kind of bullet points and promising some big things. Now, like with pretty much every webinar presentation, there's going to be an offer for you at the end. I don't want you to even consider it if you feel like I haven't fulfilled on my promises so far. Hopefully you find that fair. If you think that sounds good, please type in yes, and I'm going to get a sip of water.
Yes, 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 yes. Got a ton of yeses flying through the chat box here.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks guys for participating. I love seeing this. It brings my energy up, gets me pumped. Okay, so first we'll go into step 1. And step 1 is all about coming up with a concept. Here is where we talk about, or we figure out the types of phrases that we want to start putting on our mugs. And the good news is here, you really can't mess up. I said before, we're throwing spaghetti at the wall, and this is all about fun and trying lots of things. We just want to keep a couple things in mind. And if you keep those things in mind, we'll go over here, you'll do really well. Just for some perspective, you can see here, these mugs I pulled from Amazon's bestseller lists. They've been sold several thousand times. And you could see here, we have one that's pixelated, one that has bad grammar. But the thing is, what we're doing is we're just selling novelty products to people. I use mugs most of the times in my examples, but we're selling all kinds of things, shirts, posters, pillowcases, necklaces, whatever. And they're usually less than $20, so it's an impulse buy, and we just need to make people smile. That could be either with making something funny or sentimental. It's a very easy sale. And really what we're doing is we're giving people what they're going to spend money on already. You could see here I started on Google, I just started putting in buy gift for, and then you see people are already looking, buy gift for wife, girlfriend, boss, whatever. And we're giving them exactly what they have their wallet out, ready to purchase. So you can find lots of different ideas in many places. I'm going to show you here a few ways that you can get ideas pretty quickly. The first thing we'll do is go for Google Images. So we'll get out of the slides here. And this is images.google.com. And what I'd like to do is if I want to make a design in, let's say knitting, I use knitting a lot, then I'll look for complementary niches that I could find ideas from. So for example here in Google Images, I'm going to put something in like funny crocheting meme. And I'm going to look to see if I can find anything that would make sense for knitting. I'm not going to just take a phrase that I see, but I like to rewrite them a little bit and then come up with things that we can apply to lots of different niches. So here's a good one already. You think chocolate is addicting, you've obviously never tried crochet, so you could do, you've obviously never tried knitting. And what I like to do is I have a notepad file out, and I just write down the ideas. And we could even change it, like you think coffee is addicting, you've obviously never tried knitting, would be one. This way we're writing it different a little bit, and then for this one, if we're putting it on a coffee mug or something, then it's perfect, right? Coffee, coffee mug. Okay, here's another one. It's Friday night, I'm home knitting. Don't laugh, so are you. That one is a good one. In my dream world, yarn is free and knitting makes you thin. It's a great one. And you can do lots of different searches here. So like funny crocheting meme is one. You can do funny crocheting quote as another one. And here's a perfect one. So it says on a bad day, there's always crochet. So I could say even on a bad day, you could still knit. Now the cool thing is here, by the way, and I'm going to show you how you can make designs very, very quickly. When we say even on a bad day, you can still knit, I'll make this bigger so you can see. You can also make that say even on a bad day, you can still scrapbook, you can still run, you can still play basketball. Crochet is and always will be my therapy. Knitting is my therapy. Scrapbooking is my therapy. So you get the idea. You can see how easy you can come up with a bunch of different ideas here on your notepad file. And just to show you another good one is funny crocheting shirt. I like doing a search for shirt or other items that people can buy because they've pretty much already been proven to be commercially friendly. And again, we're not just lifting people's phrases, we're rewriting them and applying them to different niches. And also, we are looking for word-based phrases. I like to keep things as simple as possible, so we're not making images or anything like that. I'm going to show you how you can make these text-based images and spin up the text, the fonts to make it look cool. You'll see how we do that. And really just keep it as simple as possible. I call it low-hanging system for a reason. And another way that you can get images is go into Pinterest. For here, I'm going to say funny crocheting jokes. And let's see if we can find some ideas. Okay, here's one. When you can't find your favorite crochet hook. I mean, I could see the worst is when you can't find your knitting needles. And then when you can't find your basketball, when you can't find your sneakers, whatever. Let's see here. If I look tired in the morning, I mean, even though I get this is like a sexual innuendo joke, you could also do, if I look tired in the morning, it's because I've been scrapbooking all night. I've been knitting all day, night. It still makes sense. Okay. And the same thing with Pinterest as with Google Images. We could do funny crocheting jokes, funny crocheting memes, funny crocheting shirts, and we'll get tons of ideas. So many different ways here to get ideas. People look at bumper stickers. You can look on different sites. Actually, I'm going to get a quick sip of water again here. Okay, oh, and here's another one. It doesn't matter if I knit 2 hours or 13 hours, I will still want to knit the next day. Okay, and then another thing that you can do is go on websites and see what's already selling. So this particular product, this particular software is part of the offer that I mentioned I'm going to make at the end. You can do this manually as well though. You would go on different sites and do a search for whatever it is you're looking for. So for here, I did the example of a funny knitting mug. And what this does is it looks for the different products on Amazon that are funny knitting mug, and then it'll sort them by bestseller ranking. So if you were doing this manually, you would just open up all the different funny knitting mug results that you could find, scroll down to bestseller ranking, and see which ones are doing the best. And then you can get lots of ideas from here. So there's items here, sorry, there's a lot of cursing, but here, go away, I'm knitting, go away, I'm crocheting, go away, I'm scrapbooking, all of that. I just want to drink coffee and crochet all day, scrapbook all day. So you get ideas there. You can go on sites like eBay. Same thing. This particular software sorts it by how many sales there are for each product. Etsy, you can search by either favorites, see how many items have been favorited, or how many have been viewed. And the cool thing is, I find that every single site has different sayings. So you get to find lots of different things here. Winello is another one. I mean, we do it with each site based on like how many saves or views or whatever that particular website does. And you can go and check out any of them. So like born to knit, forced to work, born to crochet, forced to work, none. Weekend forecast, crocheting with a chance of wine, or even with a chance of coffee. Okay, you get the idea. So we'll go back here into the slides and do a quick recap here. And the things that we want to remember when we're coming up with these different phrases, you saw we could find them really, really easily. We want to just make sure that first we're looking for products where groups of people buy. When I say that, I mean, I gave the example of funny knitting mug because that's something that people would type in and look for. And remember, in the beginning, I was saying we want to pretty much give people what they're actively looking for, what they have their wallet out, what they're ready to buy. You don't want to come up with kind of like abstract phrases that you think are funny, because even though they might have a place somewhere, we're just trying to keep this as simple as possible. Just give people exactly what they want to pay us for. We definitely don't need to copy completely. You can make variations, right? So scrapbooking makes me happy can be changed to scrapbooking is my happy place. As we went over, you can change out the words. Instead of just scrapbooking makes me happy, you can have soccer makes me happy, basketball makes me happy. And this is how you can start to scale up and have tons of designs really quickly. And you'll see once we go into how to make the design, how simple that is. Definitely recommend that you go with word-based designs. Some of the things you can do with images are really, really easy. We'll go into that in a little bit. But for now, just keep up with the word-based designs. That's the path of least resistance. And those are usually the things that do the best on Amazon. And then if you're feeling blank, you're not sure where to start, I gave you a bunch of ideas. You can also look at bestseller lists, trending lists. Inspiration is really endless. Okay, so if that was helpful and you're ready for step 2, please type in yes while I get another sip of water.
All right, you got a ton of yeses in the box for you, and I'm trying to answer any questions that come through as well, but everybody is following you and ready.
Awesome.
Got some pop-ups in there, by the way.
I love it. I see it. That was fantastic. Thank you for that. Cool. Oh, and quickly I'll answer. Someone says, if Pinterest has changed and we can't see likes anymore, it's okay. Even if you can't see the likes, you can still get ideas for funny phrases that make sense. Even on Google Images, you can't see which ones are the most popular, but you can see which ones would make sense for a mug. Okay, so here on step 2, we're going to go over how you can make a great design. And when I say great design, I do not mean a masterpiece. I'm going to start showing you some of these products that sell, and you'll see that by great, I just mean follow the steps we just went over. Here you go. Here's a quick image of some of the text-based designs that do really well. In the back, I took a screenshot of some of Amazon's best-selling mugs at that moment, and I just blacked out some of the cursed ones. But you can see here, a lot of these are just text-based mugs. The thinking here is that we're going for mass market. And so the more kind of elements that you put on a product, if you have lots of colors, you put images, whatever, every single new thing that you put on the product gives people another reason not to like it. So when you're using very simple black text on a white mug, it's hard for people to not like that. You know, it's pretty inoffensive. All you need are the right words. Here's an example of, so I mentioned I have my system, we have a Facebook group for it, and someone was posting in there, she said, guys, it's hard to believe that I searched for the #1 novelty coffee mug, and this is what I got. So this is just a regular black mug, and it says meh on it. Again, all we have to do is make people smile, and it can be that simple. Here are some other examples of things that are all very simple, and they still provide people with exactly what they want to buy. So someone might be searching for something like funny beard mug, or drummer mug, or dog dad gift, or something like that. These take approximately like 3 seconds to create, yet they make awesome presents for people who want to get gifts for people who have these kinds of passions. Here is an example of a product that I sold. I did a search for something like funny boyfriend mug, and I found a mug that said, you're the luckiest guy in the world. I would love to have me as a girlfriend. Or no, I would love to be dating me. And so in the spirit of kind of changing things up, like we were talking about, I made one for you're the luckiest dad in the world. I'd love to have me as a daughter. I'd love to have me as a son. And that did really well during Father's Day. And then it does really well during Christmas. And then it also does well throughout the year. Obviously not as well as Father's Day and Christmas, but there's still birthdays, there's still just because gifts. People see it and they think it's funny. And you can see how we can very quickly scale that to you're the luckiest mom in the world, grandma, grandpa, uncle, cousin. You can even do it across occupations. So you're the luckiest teacher in the world. I would love to have me as a student. This is one I did that does well towards the end of the year and also during the holidays, but a lot towards the end of the year when people are kind of moving on to their new grades. You could do you're the luckiest coach in the world, you're the luckiest client in the world. Another one, I do this for the money, said no policeman ever. I do this for the money, said no government worker ever. Or I do this for the respect, said no lawyer ever. You can see how these permutations kind of start to become endless, and you can come up with all kinds of designs and products very quickly. There's another one, my brain has too many tabs open. And so what we're going to do now is I'm going to walk you through a couple different ways that you can create these designs very easily. The first one is with an app. We'll go over some desktop-based tools as well, but the first one is WordSwag. It's an app. I think it's $4.99 now. It's a one-off fee, and it's fantastic. Here's a text message from my friend. She said, by the way, use that app. Literally made like 20 designs a day. It's amazing. It is very, very simple. I took screenshots from my phone because I'm not sure how to do a phone-based demo, and I'll walk you through exactly how you can use it. The first thing you do is you open it, and then you're going to pick transparent background. What we're going to do is we're going to take text and then overlay it on different product images, because we're going to start selling different products as if we own the inventory, even though we don't. We're kind of creating things out of thin air. I'll walk you through exactly how this works. But first, you click the transparent background, and then there's going to be something that says double tap me to change text. So you double tap that, and then you put in whatever type of text you want to put in. For example, you're the luckiest teacher in the world one. For here, I just put this is an awesome example. And then on the next screen, you pick whatever font you'd like to use. Now, if you were to keep scrolling to the right, you would see a lot of different options. I recommend keeping it really simple. I think Mr. Keys is one of them. I like to just have it very easily readable. But you have lots of options, and then you can hit the dice or the die within each font, and the fonts will change up. So you might have it facing vertically one way or diagonal another. I'll walk you through here. You can see something like this might be one font. You can go to another font, and then if you were to click the die from there, it might change to have it kind of in a different position. So you have that. You can put in the colors, even though I mentioned black text on a white mug in the beginning is definitely the best. You can scale up later. And then when you're done, you just hit save, and then it says done, pick successfully saved to camera roll. Another tool that you can use is PicMonkey. This one was free for a while. I think they still have a trial, and then it's like a couple dollars a month. I'm going to walk you through this, and then I also have a free option that I'll walk you through. But this one, you could see someone said, designs don't need to be super fancy, basically kind of just backing up what I was saying. Our top 3 sellers are text only, and we're done using WordSwag or PicMonkey. So the tool you just saw, and then this one. I'll actually walk you out of the slides here and show you. Feels like I'm losing my voice a little bit, so I'm going to get another quick sip of water. Okay. In PicMonkey, you click Design. And again, we want to click Transparent Canvas. So just click that button there and then hit Apply. And then we're going to go over to Text. And we hit Add Text. And then we bring up our design file. So if we wanted to do, we'll just do this one. Even on a bad day, you can still knit. All I did here was copy this over. I usually like to keep it simple. Arial black is perfect. We'll do the Arial black here. I'm going to center this. Maybe I'd do something like keep it like that with knit on a new line. I'll show you why here in a second. And then I go back here, hit crop, and get it a little bit closer in. Hit apply, and then export, and that's it. We have our design. So I'm going to save that. As I was saying before, you can go through and make tons of designs really quickly. So if I wanted this on a new line, boom, even on a bad day, you can still scrapbook and then we would have a design. So that took like just a couple seconds. Even on a bad day, you can still run. Okay, we have another one. Even on a bad day, you can crochet. And you can see once you get that initial phrase, which was crazy fast, you can take that one phrase and start to scale it across tons and tons of campaigns. Okay, so that's PicMonkey. Same kind of deal here with Pixplosion. Pixplosion is one that I created for actually people in the low-hanging system because I wanted to make something that was super simple for them. This is a free tool, and it works like, we'll just do Keep Calm to make it simple. You can choose from all kinds of open source fonts. We'll do Sigmar one here. You can make it, we're actually in the process of updating this to make it even better. But you can go Keep Calm. Just move it around, you can center it. We'll do the same thing with the Sigmar and the black, and then center that, and then we can go and put in as many different things as we want. So if we wanted to do scrapbook, put in that same font, change the color, center it, and then we have a whole new design already. We just hit save, download, and then that's saved. You could go in, change that to knit, center it again, boom, you have another one. And each of these will save into your saved design, so you can always go back and just change the word here and then start it all over again and make a whole bunch from that phrase all over again. Okay, so many, many ways to very easily make designs in seconds. Really, there's countless ways that you can get your designs. A lot of people ask me, can I start outsourcing the designs? What I usually recommend is that you don't start spending money on this until you're making profit. Keep it as simple as possible. It is so easy to make these designs. You can sit at the doctor's office and make a whole bunch of designs, or on your whatever. I mean, there's lots and lots of times where you have a little downtime where you can start to come up with ideas. Every time I'm on a plane and we have to wait to take off, I have to go in airplane mode, I'll come up with another 100 or so designs. So to recap here, we want to start with a very simple word-based designs. We're not going to do anything fancy yet. The simpler, the better. We don't want to go for intricate and fancy. We're going for broad mass market appeal. Here's someone who's not even a native English speaker, just to show you. I said, got my first sale, very surprised. My design's freaking simple, all words made by Word Swag. Actually, sometimes people ask me if this system can work for people who live outside of the United States. And I say sometimes it's actually a benefit for you because you can't overthink it as much as sometimes when you're making these phrases if you don't have like 100% perfect English. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to get another sip of water here. You guys know the drill at this point. If you're ready for step 3, if you found this helpful so far, then please type in yes.
All right, got a ton of yeses. Hopefully that water's maybe got some honey in it for you. Keep your throat going for the presentation. Got a bunch of yeses, got a bunch of yeses. Hey, do me a quick favor. Just make me happy. Put a pop in there if you're ready for step 3. Is it going to lag or am I getting no love? Ah, just a 2-second lag. Tons of pop.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a lag.
Okay, I felt crickets for a second. I was like, not feeling the love. All right, go for it.
Okay, step 3. In step 3, we are going to take our designs that we made extremely quickly and we are going to put them on products. Now the cool thing is each one design that you can design super quickly, you can put on all kinds of products. Here are some examples. These are just a few of the products you can find on gearbubble. White mugs, necklaces, shirts, hoodies, tank tops, pillowcases, posters. And so each one design that took 3 seconds to make now becomes 10 plus products. The products, as I mentioned, they're really high quality. Here are some people who are using the system that talk about the reviews they get from them. So got a picture from a very satisfied customer, first review on Amazon, 5 stars, 2 5-star reviews on Etsy, one with the comment perfect, another says super fast shipping, 5 stars in case you need any reassurance about quality, just got this review. great packaging, blah, blah, blah. Good stuff here. So let me walk you through how you can take the design and put it on products and then start to sell them. You go into gearbubble and then you click Launch Campaign Traditional. Now this site is free to use. Anyone can sign up and put their products on. There's some upgrades and stuff that you can use, but just to launch your product, you go into that Launch Campaign, coffee mug, and we'll hit Next Step. And in this section, we can do 11-ounce mugs. We could do 15-ounce mugs. So for here, I'm going to do default style 11 and then also 15-ounce. We can do black mugs. We can do color changing mugs, pink, gold, silver, travel mugs. I'm going to keep it simple here, but just so you know all the different options you have. Then we click Upload Design, Upload Graphic, and grab the one that we just saved. So we'll use this one from PicMonkey. I like to make it a little bit bigger, move it around a little bit, and then hit duplicate image on back. The reason I like to do that is because if you're a left-hander, you can still see the image on both sides. And then for base cost, usually I'll make it $14.95 and $4.95 shipping, like charge extra for the shipping. Sometimes I'll do $19.95 with free shipping for 11-ounce mug, and then a couple dollars more for a 15-ounce. Okay, then we hit Next Step. And you put your campaign title. Even on a bad day, you can still knit. You can skip all of this stuff. For a URL, we just need to come up with some kind of URL where this image can be hosted. It really doesn't matter. You could put a whole bunch of numbers and letters if you want. I'll make this $14.95 black 15-ounce, $16.95. Click I've read and agreed the terms of service, and then launch campaign. This processes, and then when you're done, you start to have product images that you can use to sell on the different sites. We'll hit view your campaign here. And now we have these things that it looks like these real products have already been made, but they haven't been yet. And we can sell unlimited products without ever having to buy inventory. I'll show you how that works. But it looks like these have, been manufactured already, which is pretty cool. You just save the images. I'm going to save them now so that I can show you later on how you can put these on Amazon. Okay, and then if we wanted to do the same thing for 15-ounce, we could go into there and then grab those images as well. Now, sometimes you can put your products on gearbubble and you can make sales just from listing them in the marketplace. It doesn't happen all the time. I would say you'd still want to put your products on Amazon, Etsy, and eBay, but it's pretty cool. It's just a nice little aside. It's got like gravy. You can see here, laughing because it's a good problem to have. Didn't notice I sold a t-shirt, not expected. How does this happen? I launched a new mug, got a sale just now. It wasn't even through Amazon, it was through Gearbubble. 4 sales from my Gearbubble store. Pretty cool. Okay, so what I would love to know so far is if this has been eye-opening for you. We still have a lot more to go through, but I'd just like to get some feedback in the meantime. Let me know if this has been helpful. I'm going to get a sip of water as usual.
Everybody seems pretty pumped. You get a lot more yeses than I get pop-pops, that's for sure. That's great, awesome, very practical and implementable. Thanks, Rachel. Absolutely. People are